Hi guys, Rosa here. Welcome back to the channel. This video will be to give you a little idea because persons did ask about how it is that call center interviews are set up, or how is it that they can get into a call center, especially persons that have zero experience. So at the after the little talking here, I will provide a little skit at the end of the video. Well, not really the end because this won't be long. To give you an idea of how it is that call center interviews are set up, right?
I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. There's no one else to do. That's why I'm spend my life with you.
So I have 10 questions here that we will be working with today. So the first question, tell me about yourselves. Oftentimes it is recommended that you use a SEAT technique: skills, experience, achievements, and the type of person you will be in the company. But sometimes you're in the interview, you get nervous, especially if it is your first time doing a call center interview and you hear the person's them twanging away and you're not able to keep up and do that too. It will be a little bit intimidating for you, because I remember my first time I left Kingston, went to Portmore to do an interview for a call center, and I did not get through. It was my first time. I had no idea. This girl was just sitting right there beside me and she was just twanging away. I didn't know I was supposed to do that. But you don't really have to do that, but it just depends on the interviewer. I don't know. The purpose of twanging is to let them know that you're able to, I don't know, neutralize accent so that they can say, hey, this is a good person for us to work with, right? So when you're telling them about yourself, you want to tell them what you have been doing in the last 2 years, especially if it is that you're working at a call center or a customer service role. If it is that you do not have any experience, you want to let them know how your previous roles would have prepared you for this position, or how you're able to work well under high pressure or high stress in a fast-paced environment. So you want to be able to let the interviewer know that, hey, I'm good with this, I can do this, or I can do that. Secondly, they may ask you to say, why is it that we should hire you? Normally, to answer this question, you would have linked, like I said before, your past experiences with your current job description that you would have read before attending the interview. So you might want to say something like, based on my past skills and experiences, I used to do this, like talk to customers, and this sort of prepared me to do it better on the phone, or something of the sort. So whatever previous experience that you have, you want to be able to link it with the current description of the job that you're applying for, because of course you'd have read that, what they would have sent you, or do your own research. Secondly, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You want to oftentimes see yourself in the next 5 years within the company you're applying for, because you don't want the person to not hire you based on your answer of saying, hey, I will be working in my dream field of study of being a medical doctor, and I'm just using this here as a stepping stone. No, you don't want to tell the interviewer that, because they'd say, okay, you're a waste of time, you're not looking for long-term growth with the company, and therefore we're going to waste our resources and expertise training you for you to leave in the next year. Nope, you don't want that. So 5 years time, you're seeing yourself in the company, perhaps in some management role or something of the sort. Be realistic about it. How would you define customer service? When you're given an answer for this, you want to make sure, I'm talking about all of this based on my experience, by the way, you want to make sure that you put in some empathetic skills there. You want to make sure that you want to give them some ideology that you know what the job is about, you know what you're signing up for. You want to tell them that you're going to satisfy the needs of the customer. You want to tell them that you are going to listen to the customer, apologize even if it's not your fault. You're going to meet the needs of the customer. They're going to be satisfied. They're going to come back. All of that good stuff you want to put into the definition of customer service. Also, when I went to an interview at a call center on Constant Spring Road, y'all should know which one that is. Yeah, I did get that job, but that's another story. And I was hired the same day, started working the same day, but of course it didn't work out for me because I didn't like the underground thing, so I just went back to my job, you know. So the question they asked me, how would you describe the color red? So I have never had this question in all my life, so I had to make up an answer on the spot and be what do you want to call it? You want to be confident in how you respond, the tone of your response, so the interviewer can think you know what you're talking about even if you don't. You want to say whatever you're saying with the utmost level of confidence, right? So how would you describe the color red? At the time, I think I said something like I wanted to the color red makes me feel bold and invincible, yada yada yada, something of the sort. But you'll see how I answer this question in the rest of the video when I'm doing the role play. If a customer calls and is upset, how would you resolve this issue? You want to let them know you listen to the customer, you'll apologize, and then you will let the customer know you're solving the issue. You will do the necessary steps, whether it is that you should try to resolve the issue 3 times or 4 times before attempting an escalation. The least you escalate the situation to a manager, the better it is for you. But sometimes you definitely have to do it, but try not to let it reach that point. Come on, hey, you have resources available to you. There has to be something that you can do to, alleviate the upset customer and solve the issue, hopefully. Sometimes things are just out of your hand, but at a call center, you're expected to be a superhuman and solve issues. Hey. Number 7, describe a situation where you provided excellent customer service. Whatever situation that you're providing, you want to try to link it to a call center environment as best as possible, in my point of view. Again, you'll see how I dealt with that in the skit coming up. Top 3 most important customer service skills. This is all up to you. Basically, this is all based on you. You can research your answers before, you can Google it and have an idea, but top 3 customer service skills, again, you'll see how I answer that in the rest of the video. Also, when talking about the customer service skills, you want to make sure that you give like a little example or explanation for whatever it is that you say. You don't want to answer and say, hey, the top 3 skills I believe in customer service are X, Y, and Z, and leave it at that. You want to be able to give example of what it is that you're saying. 3, how do you fit an elephant into a box? Again, this is a creative question that they asked me in my interview for the call center on Kansas Spring role. I've never heard it before. I got it wrong. I was like, open the box, put the elephant in and close the box. Of course, the elephant can't fit in a box like that, but I just wasn't able to think of how to answer it because it was just the first time I'm hearing this question. Again, you'll see how I answer that in the video. Then they'll ask you, do you have any questions for me? It is normally recommended that you have a question for the interviewer, right? But normally at the end of my interviews, I don't normally ask anything because I don't know what to ask. But if it is that I think of something to ask, I'll definitely ask it. If you're asking a question, which you should make sure that the question makes sense and is relevant to the topic at hand. You don't want to ask them, hey, so what would my salary be? No, you're not offered the job yet. And I know that it can be very annoying, but you don't want to ask them because some of them may not be okay with it 99.99% of the time. They may just say, okay, she's just here for the money, so let's go with somebody else. Just because of that one thing. But then again, this is all based on my experience working in a call center, doing interviews as an agent or customer care associate or sales agent. So I think the last video I made was I worked at 4 call centers. Yes. You guys could watch that video, right? So yes, it is all based on how you see it, but it is recommended that you ask a question at the end of the interview. I don't know what you'll ask, but yeah, you should ask a question based on how the interview went or something of the sort, just ask something. So here's a little skit that I put together, so I hope you guys will enjoy it. Good morning, Miss Case. My name is Miss Parks and I'll be your interviewer for today. Please do go right ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself and why is it that we should hire you for this role. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Miss Yellow Case and in my previous role, I have consistently showed my ability to demonstrate excellent customer service by exceeding targets and my ability to handle high call volumes. I am well versed in managing the CRM software, that is customer relations management, and ensuring that all customers' issues are resolved on time and ensuring that I meet all KPIs of customer service. I believe that I am the best fit for this position as my role in my previous job has prepared me exceptionally well for this position. Also, I am continuously seeking professional growth and development as I strive to be better in my professional life and as I aim to add improvement to your team. I am confident about my passion for customer service and I am very sure that I will exceed in this role. I am most grateful and excited about the possibility of joining your team and I look forward to the opportunity. My second question to you is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I am excited about taking on new and daily challenges and contributing to the overall success of your team. As such, in the next 5 years, I see myself as a team leader working at XYZ company. I look forward to all the challenges that will be presented, and I look forward to conquering those challenges. The next question is, how is it that you define exceptional customer service? I would define customer service as having the ability to meet the needs of the customer and exceeding what the customer asks for. You need to be able to leave an impact on the customer to ensure that the customer will want to stay with the company, to ensure that the customer will want to return. And if it is that the customer should have a problem with whatever product or service that is being offered, the customer will have no issue reaching out because they know that there are agents that are willing and able to solve their issues in a very time-efficient manner. How would you describe the color red? I would define the color red as a color that allows you to feel bold, allow you to see yourself outside of the box, allow you to be able to think about things not just the way you see them, but on a more deeper and analytical level. The color red can be associated with passion and empathy. You should be able to personalize whatever it is that you're dealing with. And in this case, we're dealing with the color red. So we should be able to stand in the shoe of another person and let them know that we can see things their way to the best of our ability from their point of view. And we're working as best as possible to resolve their situation. So the color red makes you feel bold, invincible, and able to achieve all tasks at hand in a very time-efficient manner. Time is of essence here. If a customer calls you and this customer is blatantly upset about something that you have nothing to do with it, that you have absolutely no control over, it is absolutely the fault of the company. How would you rectify the situation? How would you resolve this issue for your customer? If a customer calls me and is very upset, the way in which I would resolve this issue includes a series of steps that are as follows. Firstly, let the customer express him or herself. Let the customer know that you're listening to them. So acknowledge the customer concerns. Let the customer talk, acknowledge their concerns. Obviously, you'll also have to make sure that you heard the right thing by confirming whatever it is that the customer said. You will want to let the customer know that you're working on the issue to the best of your ability. You want them to know that you are working to solve their issue right now and you're not handing it off to another person or you're not escalating the matter. You're dealing with the issue right now. So with all of that being said, by now the customer should have calmed down. You're not going to tell the customer outright that, hey, calm down. The customer should have calmed down and you should have been able to use the available resources, customer relation management tool, all of that to be able to solve the issue that the customer is having. So yes, that is how I would deal with an angry customer. Please do provide a scenario or situation where you provided exceptional customer service to a customer where the customer was completely satisfied at the end of your call. An example of a time when I offered exceptional customer service was when I was working at LYM company and I was a sales agent, by the way, and a customer called about the line being down in their backyard, and it had nothing to do with my department because of course I was doing sales. How did I resolve this issue at LMN company? So what I did was to make sure that I actively listened to what the customer was saying. I promptly apologized to the customer. I also let the customer know that their concern is being handled promptly. Another thing that I also did was to provide the customer with a telephone number, ask, hey, can I call you back at this number if it is that we get disconnected for any reason at all. So let the customer know that you're reaching out to the various departments let them know that you're working on resolving their issue. But how I also dealt with that situation, seeing that I had an active role to play based on the sales agent role that I had at the time, was to let the customer know that, hey, while I'm having this taken care of for you, we do have this on sale, or we do have the latest phone in whichever department on sale. Let the customer know that, hey, we could send you one of these to cheer you up and you have nothing to pay today, or based on whatever promotion it is that was going on. So how I dealt with the situation was listen to the customer, apologize, let them know that I'm working on the situation, and eventually reach out to customer service for them, and then schedule an appointment for the relevant department to go out and fix up the line that was in their backyard, because this could have been major inconvenience for the customer. At the end of the day, the customer was very happy and there was no need to have the matter escalated. So that is in fact a time when I provided exceptional customer service. Excellent answer. My next question for you is, what are top 3 most important skills that anyone working in the customer service role should have? I believe that the top 3 important customer service skills are communication. Firstly, you should be able to listen to what the customer is saying so that you can communicate effectively and efficiently, so that you don't have to be asking the customer to repeat continuously. Secondly, I believe that you should be empathetic. You should be able to put yourself in the shoes of the customer. Let the customer know that you understand what they're going through and you're working on it as best as possible to resolve the issue. And thirdly, I believe that you should have problem-solving skills. You should be able to multitask and utilize multiple systems at once to ensure that you are working on the issue as best as possible and solving the issue to the optimal potential that you have. My next question to you involves a little bit of creative thinking. And the question is as follows: how would you fit an elephant into a box? I would fit an elephant into a box by writing the word elephant on a paper and putting the paper in the box. That's how you fit an elephant into a box. Awesome. And my final question for you today is, do you have any questions at all for me? I do not have any questions for you at this time. However, I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity once more, and I'm grateful to be here. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. You will definitely be hearing from us within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we just want to say all the best. Do take care now. One important thing that I forgot to mention is that in some instances you will be required to do a typing test or some English test or something of the sort on the spot. Make sure that you go to, I don't know, some Google site and do like a random typing test or something of the sort. Sometimes the same one you practice on Google is the same one they give you, so you should practice, right? I don't remember what the site is called, but you could just Google it. And another thing is, when you're doing a typing test, if there's a capital A, you need to put the capital A or it will affect your accuracy. They normally see how much words or whatever you type per minute. Also, they might give you an English test or some basic math test or something of the sort, right? To ensure that you are able to do math, because the customer might call about a bill or something of the sort. But it's no big deal. It's normally really simple and I'm pretty sure that you can handle it, right? So yeah. Moving on. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for being subscribed to the channel. And for those of you who are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now, please. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to comment on the video, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. Until next time, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video.